John Mugabi, Uganda third, silver medal, 1980, Moscow Olympic Games. John Mugabi is a Ugandan former professional boxer from 1980 to 1991 and challenged twice for world title of middleweight, including undisputed championship. He was a holder of the WBC super-welterweight title 1989 to 1990. He was a part of a highly talented Ugandans in the field of light middleweight during the golden time and the era of 1980s. He was among the best people like Marvin Hagler, Ray Leonard, Hearns, Wilfred Benítez, Davey Moore, and Roberto Durán. As an amateur, Mugabi won a silver medal at the 1980 Summer Olympic and was the only medal for Uganda at the events. He is a real son of Uganda. I can still remember 1980. I myself, I was in Moscow at that time. John Mugabi is known as the greatest puncher of all time. A man was good. I can still remember at that time, I was a student in Moscow. Something you can never forget was the best part of our growing up, both in sadness and happiness during Idi Amin's time. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss your daily source of information on Uganda. Let me be clear and let's get started. John Mugabi, a silver medalist at the Moscow Olympic Games boxing in the welterweight class. He lost to 𝗕𝗲𝗆 of Cuba in the final. He also won a silver medal at the 1976 Junior World Championship, losing to Harold Graham in the final. He won a bronze medal in 1978 All-African Games in the light welterweight. He has contributed a lot in building our Uganda. He turned professional in 1980 when he knocks out 𝗕𝗲𝗆 in round 1 in Cologne. Soon after his success, he moved to London, where he became acquainted with boxing promoter Mickey Derv, an expert in boxers marketing, who arranged various fights in England and built his reputation. He won 8 fights in Europe. He then moved to Florida, where he became a favorite of American TV network with his sensational knockout of contenders such as 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗆, Gary Gaydon, former world champion, Eddie Gesson, Curtis Porter, Frank, the Animal Fletcher, Nino Gonzalez. He was known as the Beast for his punches. Untamable style of boxing. Those are the gifts Uganda has. Those are the gifts our people honed. They had been given from their ancestors. The man was a beast. He was a beast. His style of punching his prey with his overhand rights and wide left hooks, he was able to knock out every opponent he faced. His first victory was in 1982 when he took on 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗆. It was Mugabi, 11 boots, when he took care of the American in 2 rounds in Atlanta City, New Jersey. 1983, he took on Gary Gaydon. The Beast stopped him. John Mugabi was simply good, strong, and real beast. 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗆 was a talented boxer, but it was the first time he lost to John Mugabi by a knockout. We all know all good things to come to an end. After some time, Mugabi became a shadow of himself when he began to lose the battle by knockout. He took a 5-year layoff in which he moved to Australia. In 1996, he came back for the first of the 8 fight. Come back. He then claimed the Australian championship in a 12-round decision over 𝗕𝗲𝗄𝗆. He was once again back in the glass house, paving his way to world title again. In 1999, also marked the decline of Mugabe's boxing career, as he was once again knocked out in the 8th round. Now, he is a trainer training fighters. One of the moment for Uganda glory was in 1975, not only for emerging as the undisputed boxing champion of stars of Africa, but also a new boxing star was born, almost from nowhere. Uganda welterweight boxing contender in the All Africa Amateur Boxing Championship. Shook the continent. 𝗕𝗲𝘆𝗺𝗃, originating from the Kampala Boxing Club, KBC, entered the ring to represent Uganda in the welterweight division. Left everyone amazed. He will always be remembered for his performance. He knocked out all his opponents to win the gold medal at Lugogo Stadium. As I told you before, we have talented men and women in sport, and most of those talents are abroad. Imagine if we get them all back in Uganda. The map would indicate something different. Since independence, we had been traveling a long walk to freedom, and that journey seems to be taking us longer than expected. But let us not lose hope. Let's support our young generation, our youth, our sportmen and women who are contributing to the long walk to freedom. Those who are putting our names on the world map, making us what we are today. They deserve our support. And those who paved the way for the new generation should not be forgotten. That is why I keep bringing their names up, because they are my heroes and they are your heroes. Let's not forget the youth who are being kidnapped, killed, thrown in prison. Let's keep them in our mind. No one should ever forget those youths. As I said before, the year 1977 changed Uganda and also killed the sporting spirits of our people. The unity of Ugandans and the spirit of brotherhood that many of us grew up admiring vanished. Just vanished. In 1978, as we tried to rebuild our lives amid government attacked Tanzania and destroying Kagera Bridge and claimed part of Tanzania territory. They fought back, and Amin's government was overthrown. As we look at the Uganda stars who brought home medals, we also make many Ugandans who are heroes in the field of boxing. People like 𝗕𝗲𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗀, Uganda first Commonwealth Games gold medalist, represented Uganda in 1960, participated in more international boxing competition than any other amateur heavyweight champion of Uganda. He was born in Gulu, northern Uganda. After representing Uganda at the Olympic Games held in Tokyo, in Japan, 1964, he was killed in a road accident. He got caught up in a road accident. Until today, deep in our hearts, we honor the son of Uganda who didn't have time to enjoy the fruits of his success. His career, his life was cut short when he was knocked down by an unknown driver. We will never forget you. Then we go back to John Mugabi. As you all know, John Mugabi was nicknamed the Beast due to his aggressive ring style, one of the greatest talented lightweight. The golden era of 1980. He was, as I said before, among the best, like Sugar Ray, Davey Moore, Marvin Hagler. His career kicked off with a match in the Summer Olympic of 1980s, making him the only Ugandan to come home with a medal. His professional career took turn when he stopped Cardenas in the first round, as I told you. He won the WBC super-welterweight and challenged for the world title middleweight. He was the undisputed champion. Believe me, Uganda had the best boxers, and we still have them. The only thing we have to do is to make sure that we nurse our sportsmen and women properly, and the glory we had before can come back. And don't forget to support those who are taking a long walk to freedom. Become one of them. Let's make sure we change dictatorship into love. Thank you for listening. And remember, I will be back.